scattered among all the other nations. And most particularly, he knows where the elect are, that he's scattered among all the nations. And that's what Yahushua is coming to do. He's coming to collect the elect. that's the video right there. Collect the elect.
So you heard it. That's Apostle Gabar, man. All right, he said that's a video right there. Collect the elect. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to name this video. All right, collect the elect, because that's exactly what Yahweh is sending Yahushai, all right, back to do, man. To collect the elect. Only a small remnant, a small portion of the nation of Israel is going to be collected, is going to be redeemed, all right, and saved from the nuclear destruction, man, that's getting ready to hit this earth, man. All right, so let's get into it, man. All right, that's the name of this video. Collect the elect. All right, only the elect is going to return. All right, it's all about the elect first and foremost. All right, all of Israel is going to be saved ultimately, but on this side, when Yahushua returns, all right, only the elect will be redeemed. Only the elect will be saved, which is also known as the 1/3 in the scriptures. All right, so we gonna get it, man. All right, and all of the elect is of the nation of Israel. All right, no other nation can be of the elect. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's start with it, man. All right, this is Isaiah. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, all right, 14,044, 1444. Ooh, that's crazy. All right, let's get it, man. All right, Isaiah 45. All right, call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Isaiah 45:4. It says, "For Jacob my servant's sake and Israel my elect, all right, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me." That's right. So Israel is the elect. He said, Israel mine elect. That's who the elect is. Israel, the nation of Israel, man. All right, for Jacob my servant's sake and Israel my elect. That's right, man. The nation of Israel is the Lord's elect. All right, so let's start off with Zechariah. All right, 13:8. All right, and this proves to you that only the elect, all right, a small portion, all right, which is also known as the 1/3, a small remnant, is only going to return to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. That's who the Lord is going to redeem. All right, so this is Zechariah 13:8. "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein." Yeah, the 2 parts, all right? It says 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, all right? That's talking about the 2/3. That's the 2 parts, all right? The ones that were destined, all right, predestined to be destroyed. All right, but it says, but the 3rd, which is the 1/3, shall be left therein. Yeah, all right, the 1/3. All right, that's the elect, the ones that were predestined to be saved and chosen, man. When Yahushua comes back, all right, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left there." And yeah, the 3rd is going to be saved and redeemed, while the other 2 parts, the 2/3, are going to be destroyed. All right, this is talking about 2/3 of you Israelites, man. 2/3 of you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also the ones that are scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth under the other nations, looking like the other nations. All right, 2 parts of y'all, 2/3 of y'all are going to be destroyed, and only 1/3 of y'all, a small portion, all right, is going to be saved and left therein. Is going to be redeemed, get beamed up into those chariots, man. All right, Zechariah 13:9. "And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined." Yeah, the Lord is cleansing the elect right now. All right, "and will try them as gold is tried," because what happens when gold is tried? When it's melted down or being molten, all right, all the impurities are being taken out. So the Lord is trying the elect as gold is tried. The Lord is taking out all the impurities right now of the elect. all right, through that hell they go through in this ministry, you know, because you gotta go through the hell. You gotta go through the narrow gate before you go into the broad gate, man. All right, I think that's Second Esdras, the 7th chapter. All right, only but one man can go there at once. All right, they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God. That's right, man. All right. So this is the elect. We're reading it right now. Only 1/3, a small portion, is going to be left therein. Only a small portion, a remnant, all right, is going to be collected. That's the name of this video, all right? Collect the elect, all right? Only 1/3, the elect, is only going to be collected when Yahweh Shai comes back. You know? All right? You understand? All right, so now let's get, there's so many, all right? Let's get Isaiah. All right, let's get Isaiah, the 10th chapter. All right, starting at the 20th verse. All right? Isaiah 10 and 20, all right? Yeah, as you see the title right here, a remnant will return, which is the elect. A remnant means a small portion, only a small portion. 1/3 is small compared to 2/3. And we read in Zechariah that only 1/3 is going to be left therein, and 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. But the 1/3, all right, but the third shall be left therein, man. Only a third part of the nation of Israel is going to be collected, is going to return, all right, known as the elect, all right, the chosen, the ones that were predestined to be saved when Yahweh Shai returns, all right. So it says Isaiah 10 and 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant, all right, of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, all right, but shall stay upon Yahweh, all right, the Holy One of Israel in truth. Matter of fact, let's look up this word remnant real quick, all right. Let's look up this word remnant. All right, rest, residue, remainder. All right, let's look up the etymology for it real quick. To remain, to be left over. All right, be left behind. All right, to be left over, to be left behind. Survive. All right, only the 1/3, all right, is going to survive. The elect is going to survive the coming nuclear destruction. All right. To leave over to spare, all right, to leave, all right, as a gift. Yeah, it's a gift from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that we are of the elect through his grace, all right. Well, you know, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I am of the elect, you know. It's a gift from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that to be of the elect. Let's say it like that, because I don't know if I'm of the elect, man, all right. But Lord willing, Yahweh, all right, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, I am of the elect, all right? It's a gift, man, all right? Just like faith is a gift, you know, all right? So it says, let's go back. It says, Isaiah 10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, which is the 1/3, the elect, all right, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel in truth, all right. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God, all right. Only a remnant, a small portion, elect, is going to return unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai and be redeemed and collected when Yahweh Shai returns, man. All right, Isaiah 10 and 22. For though my people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant shall return. And remember, the Lord mentioned Israel because only Israel is of the elect. Only Israelites are of the elect. All right, no other nation can be of the elect. All right, no other nation can be redeemed. All right, that's why the Lord said, for though my people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. All right, the consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. Yeah, a remnant of the nation of Israel shall return, a small portion, the elect, the 1/3. You understand? All right, and you had Paul quoting this scripture in Romans 9 as well. All right, in the New Testament, man. Romans 9:27. All right, I said that verse 26, it says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God, talking about the Israelites. All right, Esaias, which is Isaiah, that's the Greek way of saying Isaiah. All right, Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. Yeah, what we just read. All right, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Woo-hoo-hoo. A remnant shall be saved. Only a small, because it's all about the elect, bro. It's all about, not all of Israel is going to be saved this time around, man. All right, it's not going to be like the first Exodus when we were taken out of Egypt, when all the Israelites were saved. Not only a small portion and only a small remnant shall be saved and return, man. That's why in the second book of Ezra it says, the world be made for many, but the world to come for few. Woo! All right, we're going to get that too. All right, we're going to get that too. All right, but let's get Isaiah 11, still in the book of Isaiah. All right, and let's start off with 11. Isaiah 11 and 11. Yeah, Isaiah 11 and 11. See? The restored remnant, the restored small portion, the restored elect. All right, Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord. Let me read that again. It says, and in Isaiah 11 and 11, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. Yeah. So when Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai down, all right, he's going to recover the remnant of who? Of his people. Who are the Lord's people? The Israelites. All right, he's going to recover a remnant of the Israelites, man, not no other nation. All right, he's going to recover the remnant of his people, all right, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, because the elect is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The elect, all right, the 1/3, the small remnant, are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and the Lord is going to gather them from all those places whither they were scattered, man. All right, Isaiah 11 and 12. All right, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, the elect, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. All right. So the whole point is that the Lord is going to recover the remnant of his people. Because what did we read in Isaiah 45? That the elect is only of the nation of Israel, man. All right, Isaiah 45 and 4. For Jacob my servant's sake and Israel my elect. All right, so the elect are all Israelites, man. Israel my elect. All right. That's why it says right here that when Yahweh Shai returns to collect the elect, that remnant, all right, that small remnant is of his people. All right, which are the Israelites, man. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai shall set his hand again to his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. All right. Come on, man. A remnant of his people. Not all of the nation of Israel. A remnant. Only a small portion. The elect. Okay? The elect. All right? Now, let's get Man, there's so many, bro. Isaiah 65. All right, Isaiah 65. I'm trying to breeze through these real quick. All right, Isaiah 65 and the 8th verse through the 9th verse. It says, Isaiah 65 and 8. Thus saith Yahweh, all right, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. Woo! Yeah, because the elect is going to be redeemed. The 2/3 are going to be destroyed, but the 1/3 is going to be redeemed and collected, man. All right, the Lord is not going to destroy all the Israelites. The elect is going to be saved. The elect is going to be redeemed when Yahweh Shai returns. All right, let's read that again. Isaiah 65 and 8. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. Yeah, the elect. All right, so will I do for my servant's sake. All right, that I may not destroy them all. Yeah, because Yahweh, all right, the Heavenly Father, all right, made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that his seed shall inherit the land, all right, flowing with milk and honey forever, man. All right, so he's bound by this old word, all right, that I may not destroy them all, and that's why it says in Malachi 3 and 6, all right, that ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, because the Lord don't change, man. The Lord can't break his promises. It's impossible for Yahweh to lie, man. All right, it says, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it. It's all about the elect. All right, first and foremost, the elect. All right, and then through the loins of the elect, all right, the 2/3 are going to come. All right, the 2/3 are going to come back in the kingdom of heaven, because all of the Israelites are going to be saved ultimately, but on this side, when Yahweh Shai returns, only the elect is going to be redeemed and collected and get beamed up into those chariots, and the 2/3 got to be destroyed. But the 2/3 are going to come back in the kingdom of heaven through the loins of the elect. They're going to be reborn again as children in the kingdom of heaven. All right, let's start at verse 8 again. Isaiah 65 and 8. Thus saith Yahweh, all right, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. Yeah, talking about the elect. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. You see? Verse 9, it says, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. You see? Come on, man. My elect shall inherit it, man. All right. Let's go to the 22nd verse. All right. It says, Isaiah 65 and 22, it says, they shall not build and another inhabit. All right. They shall not plant and another eat, for as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Man, come on, bro. It's all about the elect. All right, collect the elect. Come on, man. All right. Let's get Romans 11. All right, starting at the 5th verse. Let's get that real quick. All right, Romans 11 and 5. All right, the point is in 7. All right, Romans 11 and 5. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant. All right, a remnant, a small portion, the elect, the 1/3. All right, even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Yeah, the Lord has bestowed his grace upon the elect, the remnant. He shed his mercy upon the elect, Those are the ones who are coming back. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I am of that number, man. All right, even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Yeah, because you got other Israelite camps, bugged out Israelite camps, or Israelites that tell you they don't even preach the elect, man. They think it's about all the nation of Israel. Why can't we just all come together and nah, man? You know? We got to reach all the Israelites. Nah, bro. We know according to prophecy that only grace and mercy has been bestowed on the elect, the remnant, man. We've been reading it this whole time. Isaiah 10 and 20 through 22. That only a remnant shall return. All right? Romans 11 and 5. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then is it no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace. All right. Otherwise, work is no more work. All right. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for. Yeah, because you got a lot of our people, they're seeking for the truth. All right. But sometimes the truth is in front of them and they reject it, man. All right. It says Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election. All right. The election, the 1/3, the chosen, the ones that were predestined to be saved and redeemed. All right. The election have obtained it. Yeah, the truth. They obtained the truth, the true word, and the true understanding, all right, of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's word, man. All right, that's why they are of the elect, because they came back to the true understanding and true knowledge and wisdom of the Lord's word. They know his name, they understand his word. All right, that's why they are the elect. They have obtained that truth. All right, the elect. All right, but it says, and the rest were blinded. All right, the 2/3. 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all were blinded. That's why you're Muslims, you're Buddhist, God bodies, and 5%ers. All right, still looking for the truth, rejecting the truth. All right, not hearkening unto the prophets of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which are the Israelites of great millstone and the ones that teach in like manner. All right. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for. Because, yeah, a lot of you Israelites have not obtained the truth that you seek for, man. All right. A lot of y'all were looking for the truth, but you have not obtained it because you're not of the elect. The Lord didn't choose you, man. All right. To be saved and delivered from this upcoming nuclear destruction. All right. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for. All right, but the election have obtained it. Obtained what? The true wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and the rest were blinded. All right, so we know that not everyone is going to get this truth. And the rest were blinded. I love the scripture right here, showing you that only the elect, all right, has obtained the truth. They have the truth. That's why they are of the elect. They know the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. They have the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of his word. They're preaching the real truth of the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's word. You know? All right? What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right? The election has the truth. It's all about the elect. Everyone else is blinded. That's why they're going to be destroyed, and only the elect, the small remnant, is going to be saved and delivered. All right? Collected. All right, now let's get second Esdras. Let's get second Esdras, the 8th chapter. All right, second Esdras 8 and 1 through 3. All right, it says second Esdras 8 and 1. It says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High has made this world for many, but the world to come for few. What is the world to come? The kingdom of heaven. All right. The world to come is only for a few. That few is the elect, the small remnant, the small portion that was destined to be saved. Because many people are in this world right now, right? This current world, this current age. But the world to come, meaning the age to come, which is the kingdom of heaven, is only for a few. Many are called, but few are chosen. All right, and that's scary, man. That's a scary. Imagine being called and still not being chosen. This is why you got to endure to the end. Because the Lord said, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So you can't stop this, man. You know? All right, second Esdras, all right, 8:1. All right, and he answered me saying, the Most High has made this world for many, but the world to come for few. All right, and it says, I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou asketh the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. All right, verse 3, there be many created, but few shall be saved. Ooh. All right, which is the remnant, the small portion, small remnant of Israelites, the 1/3, the elect. All right, it's all about the elect. That's who's going to be collected. All right, there be many created, but few shall be saved. All right, when Yahweh Shai returns, man. All right, now let's go the 41st verse. All right, it says verse 41, it says, for as the husbandman, excuse me, read that again, verse 41, second Esdras 8:41, it says, for as the husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground, and planteth many trees, and yet the thing that is sown good in his season cometh not up, neither does all that is planted take root. Yeah, all that is planted in this truth, they don't take root. A lot of people come into this truth and they get plucked up, they fall out, man. All right, neither does all that is planted take root. Even so is it of them that are sown in the world, they shall not all be saved. Ooh, all right, they shall not all be saved. Only the elect is going to be collected. Again, that's the name of this video. All right, collect the elect. Okay. All right, now let's get Matthew 24. All right, this goes hand in hand with what we read in Isaiah 11. All right, Matthew 24 and 31. All right, this is gonna be the last verse, I think, because I got some few scriptures here. Yeah, all right, this is gonna be the last one, and we're gonna end it on this, man. All right, Matthew 24 and 31. All right, I'll start at verse 29. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. All right, this is coming out of his own mouth. All right, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. All right, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds and of heaven with power and great glory. And I broke all this down in the last video. All right, but the point is in verse 31, Matthew 24:31, and he shall send his angels with the sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. All right, so when Yahweh Shai returns, all right, he's going to gather together his elect, which is a small portion, a small remnant. All right, 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Only the elect is going to be collected. All right, collect the elect. All right, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds. All right, from one end of heaven to the other. Yeah, because the elect is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, the four winds of the earth. The elect is going to be collected. They shall gather together his what? His elect. It doesn't say he's going to gather together the entire nation of Israel. All right, he's going to gather together his elect, a small portion, the small remnant that's going to return. All right, let's get that one more time in Isaiah. All right, the 10th chapter. All right, then we're going to end it, man. Isaiah 10 and 20 through 22. All right, as you see right here, a remnant will return, the elect. A remnant, that's another name for the elect. What did we just read in Matthew 24? All right, to gather together his elect. All right, Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of who? The remnant of Jacob. All right. Jacob represents the nation of Israel. It's the remnant of Jacob. No other remnant of any other nation is going to return. The elect is only of the nation of Israel. All right. Isaiah 45 and 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect. All right, the remnant of who? The remnant of Jacob. All right, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect. So when you go back to Isaiah 10, it says, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. Verse 22, all right, which is Yahweh. All right, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them, a remnant of who? A remnant of Israel, all right, shall return, a small portion. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. Yeah, all right, this is decree in the will of the Most High. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, collect the elect. All right, inspired by Apostle Gabar, man. All right, so Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazad, this lesson was edifying. All right, I want to say call Halalyum Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakal Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so with that being said, until the next one, Shalom.